Welcome, everyone. Today marks an extraordinary moment in tennis, one that brings excitement and cultural significance like we've rarely seen before. Right now, in the sunny expanse of the California desert, something remarkable is happening that has tournament organizers, tennis experts, and fans worldwide completely astonished. The Indian Wells tournament, famously dubbed the Fifth Grand Slam, is undergoing a dynamic transformation, shifting the atmosphere, demographics, and energy in ways we never anticipated. The Indian Wells Tennis Garden is abuzz with anticipation, all thanks to a phenomenal young talent from the Philippines. Thousands of Alexandra Eala supporters have flocked to California, ready to fill the stadium to the brim, creating an unprecedented wave of enthusiasm that's set to turn this esteemed American tournament into a home away from home for this Southeast Asian superstar. To fully grasp the significance of today's events in the Coachella Valley, we must consider the traditional setting of this event. Historically, Indian Wells has attracted a specific, more reserved crowd, tennis purists who enjoy the game under the sunny skies, offering polite applause for remarkable shots. However, this year, the scene on Interstate 10 tells a different tale. Reports are coming in about long backups not filled with the usual desert visitors, but with caravans proudly showcasing the vibrant colors of the Philippine flag. This isn't merely a gathering of fans, it's a movement. The massive Filipino-American community, deeply rooted throughout Southern California from Los Angeles to San Diego, has risen to the occasion in a way that the tennis world has never witnessed. They are snatching up tickets at an astonishing rate, overwhelming ticket vendors, and igniting a frenzy at the box office. The stadium grounds are alive with energy, transforming into a vibrant sea of national pride, reminiscent of those thrilling atmospheres we usually only dream about. Reserved for Davis Cup finals or the pinnacle of international soccer, not just another WTA Tour event in the heart of the American desert. For those new to this captivating story, you might wonder why there's such intense, almost euphoric support for this remarkable young player. Alexandra Eala isn't merely a tennis hopeful, she embodies the aspirations of over 100 million people as she blazes a trail for her country. Hailing from Quezon City, she embarked on a journey few from her region have dared to undertake. Leaving home at a young age, she traveled thousands of miles to refine her skills at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain. Her historic achievement as the first Filipino to win a junior Grand Slam singles title at the US Open has made her a symbol of hope. However, success in juniors doesn't always translate to the professional circuit, which can be incredibly unforgiving. Despite the challenges, Eala has forged ahead, exhibiting a quiet yet fierce determination. She has fought through the lower-tier ITF events, competing in lesser-known venues without the roaring crowds, all to accumulate the ranking points needed to reach her current status. Now at Indian Wells, she's no longer just a promising talent on the outer courts. She has become the centerpiece of hustling to adapt to the fervor surrounding her presence, something they weren't quite ready for. The atmosphere is electric. Vendors are quickly selling out of merchandise, and practice courts are overflowing with fans eager to catch a glimpse of her preparation. Gone is the usual quiet ambience of the tennis garden, replaced by rhythmic chants, drums, and pure exuberance. Such fervor in tennis is rare. While we've witnessed glimpses of it with stars like Naomi Osaka or the legendary Leah, the mobilization of the Filipino fanbase for Alexandra Eala feels uniquely personal. It's the culmination of years of watching one of their own face adversity, make sacrifices, and ultimately triumph. Conquer the highest echelons of a sport. Historically, the tennis scene has been largely shaped by Europeans and Americans. However, what we're seeing now is just the tip of the iceberg, a glimpse into a larger, intricate story about globalization in sports, the influence of diaspora communities, and the extraordinary talent of a young woman ready to shake up the tennis world. Let's take a closer look at this pivotal moment. We will explore the technical prowess of Alexandra Eala, the dynamics of the WTA Tour, and the significant cultural impact of her presence at Indian Wells. To fully grasp how she captures this level of attention, we first need to break down her game, which beautifully blends classic determination with modern power. As a left-handed player, Eala gains a significant strategic edge. Her left-handed serve, which curves away from right-handed opponents' backhands, is a finely honed weapon. But it's not just about the serve. Her forehand produces a heavy topspin that's nothing short of brutal. Training under the keen eyes of coaches at the Rafa Nadal Academy, and often receiving insights from Nadal himself, her style showcases a clear lineage. Her forehand kicks off the court with a fierce bite, pushing opponents back and controlling the dynamics of the rally. Unlike some players who rely heavily on topspin, Eala has a remarkably flat and powerful two-handed backhand, the sharp blade of her arsenal that allows her to redirect shots down the line with impressive speed and precision. This combination of a heavy Spanish-style forehand and a flatter, aggressive backhand makes her a versatile player, capable of adapting to different surfaces and opponents. Indian Wells, in particular, complements her style perfectly. The slow, high-bouncing hard courts here grip the ball, amplifying the effect of her topspin and causing the ball to leap out of her opponent's strike zones. Additionally, the dry desert air helps the ball move faster, adding even more punch to her aggressive shots. Extra considerable weight to bear. Many young talents have faltered under the pressure of such significant expectations. What sets Alexandra being labeled as the future of your country's athletic legacy at just 14 demands rapid maturity. Each junior match was under the microscope of national media, with every win celebrated like a national holiday and each loss examined intensely. She has emerged from the crucible of national expectation, transforming the roaring crowd at Indian Wells from a potential distraction into a source of energy. Now, let's navigate the current landscape of the WTA Tour and understand where Eala fits into this dynamic. The women's game is experiencing a fascinating period of transition. There are powerful forces at play, such as Iga Swiatek, whose movement and heavy spin render her nearly unbeatable on clay, along with hard-hitting competitors like Aryna Sabalenka and Elena Rybakina, capable of serving opponents off the court. Yet below this elite tier lies a remarkable unpredictability that presents opportunities for ambitious young players to emerge. Eala poses a distinct challenge to this hierarchy, as her style is anything but straightforward. She transcends the roles of a one-dimensional baseliner and a purely defensive counterpuncher. Instead, she embodies a tactical chameleon, grinding from the baseline when needed and delivering heavy, looping shots deep into the court. Corners to neutralize power, but she is equally adept at stepping inside the baseline and taking the ball early. Eala has the ability for Eala to make a deep run, she'll need to skillfully maneuver through a challenging field of both seasoned veterans and emerging talents. Let's not overlook the influence of the crowd, which we've touched upon. Tennis can be a solitary sport. Players often find themselves isolated, grappling with their thoughts, doubts, and the presence of their opponent. When the tides turn against you, the stillness of the stadium can feel overwhelming. Now picture going toe-to-toe with Alexandra Eala in such an atmosphere. With each unforced error from her opponent, the crowd explodes in fervor, and when Eala lands a winner, the volume is off the charts. The psychological pressure faced by those standing across the net will be substantial. We've witnessed how crowds can uplift players from the brink of loss, propelling them with bursts of adrenaline when fatigue sets in. This Filipino-American audience at California's event goes beyond mere spectator status. They actively engage in the match, offering emotional support to Eala while simultaneously serving as an intense psychological challenge for her adversaries. The significance of this moment extends beyond just the game. The WTA and the ATP are always on the lookout for ways to grow their global presence and attract new audiences. Asia has been a prime focus for this expansion. Alexandra Eala holds the key to unlocking a vast and enthusiastic sports demographic. The Philippines is a nation that fervently supports its athletes. We've seen how boxing icon Manny Pacquiao captivated the country with every fight, causing traffic to halt, crime to plummet, and the nation to collectively hold its breath. Eala is starting to inspire that same kind of fervor. For the organizers at Indian Wells, this is a remarkable opportunity. The sudden surge of thousands of devoted fans equates to significant revenue through ticket sales, concessions, and merchandise. More importantly, it elevates the event's global standing, creating a moment that resonates well beyond the venue. Images and videos of thousands of Filipino fans waving flags, singing anthems, and completely energizing the tennis garden will be broadcast worldwide, making a lasting impact. Powerful message that tennis is not just. Tennis has long been viewed as a sport reserved for the elite, but it has the power to inspire a vibrant grassroots following across the globe. This is something that sponsors and brands are keenly aware of. The market potential for a young, articulate, and undeniably talented player like Eala is enormous. She embodies the perfect brand ambassador, seamlessly connecting Western sports heritage with Eastern cultural pride. Importantly, we should consider how this impacts tennis at the grassroots level in the Philippines and throughout Southeast Asia. For years, aspiring young athletes in these areas have leaned towards basketball, boxing, or badminton. Tennis has often been sidelined due to its high costs and a lack of infrastructure. Expenses tied to equipment, court time, and even international travel for tournaments create significant barriers that prevent many gifted athletes from ever lifting a racket. Visibility can transform this narrative. When a young girl in Manila or Cebu sees Eala step onto a grand stadium court in California, welcomed by a cheering crowd, it plants a powerful seed of ambition. It demonstrates that dreams can be realized, validating the efforts of parents who stretch their budgets to afford a pair of tennis shoes for their child. Eala's rise will likely inspire a notable increase in tennis participation throughout the Philippines. We can expect to see enhanced investments in public courts, greater funding for development programs, and a new wave of players eager to emulate her formidable topspin forehand and unwavering competitive spirit. As we delve deeper into her story, we must also recognize the robust support network that has been fundamental to her journey. The path to becoming a professional tennis player is seldom a solitary one. Behind the scenes, Eala has relied on a committed team of coaches, physiotherapists, and, most critically, her family. The sacrifices the Eala family has made to help Alexandra pursue her dream have been significant. Their decision to relocate, navigate the stresses of junior tennis, and choose to send her to the Rafa Nadal Academy speaks of tremendous faith and vision.